beautiful people. Reverend Teresa Garcia, and today I want to talk about your story. And what I want you to know is that the harder you've fallen, or the more atrocities you've committed, if you will, the more people you can help. And I say this as the ex-stripper, sugar baby, that still built a $1 million business that helped thousands of people. And so at that time, I wasn't honoring my story. I just now am starting to honor my story in total honesty, right? And it was so scary because I thought for sure if anyone knew who the real me was, they would want nothing to do with me. And what I want you to know is that that is the devil distracting you. And when we look at the prophets, right? The prophets that came through were murderers and rapists and all different kinds of people that did horrible, horrible things. And yet God used them in the most divine, miraculous ways. And why I'm telling you this now is because God needs you. God needs every single one of us to step up and shine brightly and to release the shame, to release the shame, the blame, the judgments, all of those things, whether it's internal or external. Because when we do that, we become a being of peace. And we need inner peace in order to create external peace. And the more people that are at peace with their past, at peace with their present, at peace with their future, the more peace we're going to see in this entire world. And then some, right? There are so many texts that talk about, if we knew the capacity or the impact we had cosmically, we would not be able, our heads would bust. We wouldn't be able to function. It would cripple us because we are impacting more than this universe. And most people have no idea because they haven't dove in to the studies, and that's okay. You don't need to dive into the studies. You can have healings that are completely activating your Christ consciousness without doing anything. It's very rare, but it does happen, right? And so all that needs to occur for us to see a very different world is for us to choose peace inside. And so I invite you to ask yourself, I wonder what it would take for me to be in a state of internal peace. I wonder what continual peace feels like. I wonder what continual peace would look like. I wonder how I would walk if I was in continual peace, right? And it doesn't mean that we're accepting or condoning other people's behaviors. It's meaning that we're deciding to be neutral in our perception so that we can be the divine vessels filled with the Holy Spirit. And so neutrality is a requirement because if you notice, whether you know the Bible or not, everyone knows the story of Adam and Eve, right? The first thing they did when they ate that apple was they put clothes on. And they did that because they found shame in being nude. Prior to that, there was no shame in the world. And this is the knowledge of good and evil that was presumed through the apple, right? Without that, we were perfect. We were perfect without the knowledge of good and evil, because the knowledge of good and evil brought judgment. And so I'm inviting us to come back to peace. Choose it as we go into 2026. In fact, peace is going to be my word for 2026. And I invite you to pick a word for the year or for the month. Every month I have a new word, but I'm going to have a theme statement for 2026 around embodying peace, because it really doesn't matter what is going on. If we're in a state of peace, well, our intuition will be so strong, we'll know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And that's what we want, right? We want to be led by infinite intelligence. Well, we got to stop blocking it from entering our vessel. And so that's my message for the day. Let's embody more peace. Let's ask questions and reevaluate how we see ourselves, how we see our past, how we see God, how we see Jesus, how we see everything that we come in contact with. Because according to the divine, God created everything. Yahweh created everything. And so if Yahweh created everything, then God is in everything. And all we need to do is see God in all that is in order to activate God's power in our life. We have to see God for the truth. It's in everything. And it is always all good. No matter how hard and rough. I know there are fallen angels. I know there's a war. But I'm choosing to believe that it's for our highest good. It's for our highest involution. I've been focused on evolving, but it's about inner evolution more than anything, because that is where our true divine nature comes through. And our divinity is really just breaking free of limitations. That's all it is. So who doesn't want to be divine from that place? How is it so scary from that place, right? From that place, it feels really exciting. And when it feels exciting, it gets exciting. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's message. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Ask any questions that you'd wish. I'd love to interact with you in any way. So, I hope you have a very lovely day. Thank you.